www.pdcent.com. Hey, so how are you at, yeah?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Nice to see you.
Good, good. So how's everything going? Right, yeah?
I'm okay.
It's good, good. So you got this book that everyone's talking about.
Really?
Yeah, everyone's talking about it.
So I'm quite controversial at the moment.
Yeah, very controversial.
Wow.
Some like it, some don't, but that's how it goes sometimes. No, I want to know, like, tell me a bit about your upbringing from like as young as you can remember, like growing up.
Okay, so my earliest memory was I was sitting in the front row and I just remember blue shirts coming in, because the police wore blue shirts in those days, and coming in, surrounding my dad, and they just like took him away. I didn't see him again until Mum took him to go visit him. That's my earliest memory.
You remember straight away? Yeah, what was it like as the young sour, like young growing up?
My perception of life as a youngster, it was serious. I felt very oppressed before. I love Islam now, but when you're young and you're 7 years old and you've got a very strict stepdad who's imam, he's tight, and you're not allowed to watch TV, not allowed to listen to music, and he was just on me, like, learn the Quran. I learned the Quran by the time I was 7 years old. And if I didn't, some clapped your wings. So I felt oppressed. So going out on Liverpool Park, there was a little clique at the time. I'm not calling no names, but many of them I never knew this clique. I used to watch them keeping up their antics. And I thought, okay, I just didn't get chased by police. I just find it fun. It was fun.
I hear that. So as was school life like? Schooling, and what school did you go to?
I went to Dick Shepherd.
Yeah,
No, but hold on. Before Dick Shepherd, I went to St. Martin's. And I was quite a good girl for the first 2 years. When I first got to St. Martin's, my first day, I had a fight with a girl next year up to me. Everyone heard about it, so I kind of got popular from that. And then I just used to keep up all sorts of antics in school.
Did you find that popularity helped you on the street level as well?
Popularity just allowed me to hide behind, hide my emotions. I wasn't about to be telling anyone how I was feeling, what was going on indoors, so I just thrived on that. Yes, everyone knew me, they expected me to do badness. Just entertain people.
So you went to prison?
Yeah, when I was 16, I was incarcerated.
What was that like as a 16-year-old?
I'm not even being cheeky. I loved prison. It gave me that time away from my home life, and I could gather my thoughts. I could be Tracy, not Sarah, and I loved it. I was mothered. I was so young that everyone was shocked, like, why are you here? I didn't want for nothing in there. My time away.
In prison as a female, a lot of females at that type of. What year was that?
I was 16.
It was like okay, when it was
94, 95.
So at that time, there probably wasn't a lot of females in the Brixton area, Brixton Hill area, South London area was going to prison at that time.
Now don't get it twisted, I saw a couple faces. Again, I'm not calling out no names, but when I went to Holloway, there was a particular female, she seemed like she had it on lock.
Yeah, okay.
She had it on lock.
Alright.
Saw a couple faces, but me and them never ever had problems.
Yeah,
so they saw me, just kept to our own.
So how's the female? Obviously, I know the male. I've been to prison, so I know the male side of things is. How's it as a female prison? Like, you see like the films and that. Is it the same?
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah. Just bare girl. I remember going down to exercise, my first exercise period, and I was looking, just trying to take it all in. It was just like a simple courtyard, like a basketball with no nets and that. And I'm looking around and I'm thinking, I didn't know that guys were allowed in the women's prison. There's a chick in it. But I mean, like proper dressed like a boy, haircut, string vest. I was like, that's when I kind of knew what being gay was about, like just witnessing certain things. I've never experienced or saw anything like that previous to that.
So what? Okay, let's get onto the book now. What made you write a book?
How did Sour come about, the book? Okay, so in 2007, I was commissioned to do some documentary shorts for 3 Minute Wonder Strand. For those who are old school, remember that. Used to come on after the news, Channel 4 at 7 o'clock. So I had 4 elements in it. The first one was social exclusion. The second one was talking about gangs and guns. The third one was the abolition of slavery, and the fourth one was Islamification. Off the back of that, I had broadcasters, asked me to come in. I was a case study. From there, I started to shadow journalists, reporters. So a lot of their packages that they put on the screen, it would be I'll be interviewing the youngsters, and they would put that into a package. So I got experience from there. Then somehow it came about that I went to the BBC actually. I went to an event, met some celebrities, and I met the director, Nurpal Bogle. Then I became the script consultant for Sket the movie. And then off the back of that, did an interview, and the lady who wrote it, Lucy Bannerman, she's my co-author. She was contacted by my literary agent, and she was like, look, do you guys want to write a book? I was like, okay. On the dot, there and then she shook my hand. I'm your agent now. We just celebrated over some wine and nibbles. So it literally fell in my lap.
So what? See, when you first because obviously from where we're from on the streets and that, those people don't get that opportunity all the time. So how do you feel with this? Was that?
To be honest, I was always doing stuff behind the scenes. Like I said, I'd be out filming, interviewing people. But again, once that package had been put together, you only see the main journalist. So you didn't see me. I was just that person behind the scenes. I've done stand-in. I've worked on movies. I've worked alongside big names. I've even met like Brad Pitt and that. Don't play with me. Okay.
So what we've done, I've read some of the book reviews and that. Some of the people in the book reviews would be saying like things like you're glamorizing street life, and there was no. Some people say there's no positive outcome of the book. What would you say?
Right, Sour, the book is all about a campaign. I want you to stop killing each other over what I deem as nonsense. Yeah. When you are put with celebrities call them ghostwriters, yeah? So they will put their name on the front of the book and this person's written it all and they're in the back, but you never know about them. This wasn't like that, this was a collaboration. So it's very much her input alongside mine. So if it came across as glamorized, maybe that was her interpretation of it, but for it to be glamorized, that was not the plan.
I hear that.
And also to grip youngsters, you have to speak to them in the way that they know. You have to lay out certain things like, okay, I lived it. Yeah. This is what it is.
That's the language they understand.
That's the language you understand. And once you get them in, they understand, then you can move forward. So yeah, this is what I was about, but this is what I am now. Hi, I'm Tracy Miller, former ex-gang girl. This is the ends where I used to hang about. We're on Brixton Hill in South London. The estate in particular is called Ruble Park. So let me show you around my ends. The pinnacle of me being sour, it's your stereotypical view of what happens. So having money, having drugs around, guns are accessible. If I said, yeah, I was the baddest girl in Brixton, that would be blowing my own trumpet, but it probably was, to be honest.
I hear that. So you made a statement on a recent video, and you said that I probably could have been the baddest girl in Brixton. And a lot of people say that was very exaggerated or is a lie. What would you say to that?
Right. First of all, forget the baddest girl in Brixton a minute. It was Strapline, the leader of the younger 28s. Brother, I don't take narcotics. Yeah. I would never label myself the leader of the younger 28s. Them boys were serious, they were on their game. So I would never come as a female and try and discredit them for that. So that was incorrect. Again, saying that I didn't know how much people I stabbed. I do know how much people I stabbed. Yeah, the strap line got everyone upset. The baddest girl in Brixton cried. I know of a good few girls who back then were on they were on it.
Of course.
Yeah, and I would never try and discredit them. But when I think of badness, I don't think of front page rocking outside Vox or Steppers. Like all stab, like girls will get into arguments and fights, all start stabbing up each other. And that, to me, that's not really, it's badness, but that's the way of the streets, and that's protecting yourself. For me, I used to lick it, and I'm not talking about street mugging. I used to do what the man them do, and I used to get away with it, and I didn't know any girls that used to do that when I was doing it. And I've spoken to many a guys from the road, and they agree with me. Like, no, for real, I have to give you your credit. You were the only girl licking it at that point. So when I was asked that question, that's what I was referring to.
Yeah, I hear that. Obviously, I myself remember those days and those days, and there wasn't that much females around.
Doing what?
Yeah, there wasn't that. There was a handful that was even around that was doing stuff, but nothing.
Not on the level. So I hear it. So that's what I meant by the baddest girl in Brixton, not what people think.
Okay, so when you do when you obviously we come from, like, especially our community, our background, our culture, when you do stuff like a book and that stuff, a lot of old friends get bitter, and there's a lot of stuff that comes out. Have you experienced this?
Yes.
Yeah. So how have you been? How do you overcome that?
Number one, I keep myself to myself, and I don't really interact with as much people as I used to. So even that was a bit of a shock. How do I overcome that? I've just got to smile and just say it is what it is. You obviously, they call it hating. I wouldn't use that term. You obviously dislike me for a reason. Do you want me to go in a bit more specific?
No. That's enough. I think that they should. We try not to focus. We don't want to focus, because a lot of young people watching. We don't want to focus too much on the negativity. So that was like our broad view. I think people will get their picture.
What I will say though, and this is why I'm so angry. Let me just break it down. I keep it real. When I first started doing TV, because I've been doing it for a hot minute, I spoke out as a girl who was a part of a gang. They didn't know about the gang. They were introducing me as just a girl gang member. I could have made up a name, the Sowerettes, I don't know, some nonsense here, but I chose to use the younger 28s. Why? Because I know that them man, they set the pace for the youngsters that are coming. Although youngsters take it to a whole new level, they set the pace. So I thought, you know what, let me use them as a backdrop. Also, in the book, I didn't go in on what the younger 28s used to do. So some might read it and think, oh my God, the younger 28s look moist. It's not that. I'm not a snitch. It's not for me to tell their story. I believe that I've created a platform where a couple of guys that I've mentioned in the book, they can step up, they can tell their own story and do what I'm doing. I like to create platforms. I'm not selfish, it's not just about me. There's a wider issue that needs to be addressed.
I hear that. So you was more around the 28s. So if you was around them, your foundation. So you was around them. So you.
Of course I was around them. I don't take drugs. I don't need to rubbish.
Exactly. So you're around them. Exactly. And then obviously we've got Beaver here, and I'll speak to Beaver in a minute about the whole, a bit more insight into the younger 28s. Just a small little. Yeah. So in your book, there's a character called Drex. Tell us a bit about this character.
Okay, Drex is one of the main names of the younger 28s. He's a cool guy. I really fell for him. Handsome guy. But in the book, again, not to make him look moist or anything, I skirted around. I didn't pronounce his gangster side. Again, I didn't feel like that was my place to do. Unfortunately, he doesn't want to step forward and tell his story, media-wise. But yeah, there's bits where I put like romantic type stuff that went on between us. So I'm not trying to make him look moist or soft, but yeah, I loved him, and I just wanted to put that across in the book. So
Drex was definitely one of the main younger 28s. One of them. Yeah. You know, obviously a lot of people know that the younger 28s were serious, so they will get the point. Like.
But again, I don't want them to think that I've discredited them in any way. Again, they were very serious guys, but it wasn't for me to tell their story.
But again, you're telling it from a female's perspective, so not all the time will be just serious and that. You're going to see
but seriously, I just skated around it. I'm not going to lie, I really danced around it. Real talk.
What's going on, man? Good, yeah? Old school Beaver, yeah? So listen, I've been chatting to Sawa, about a book and everything. How did you meet Sawa?
Well, put it this way, yeah. Me and Sour, yeah, we go back way back where even I am coming up in the thing, yeah. Sour's there supporting my thing, you understand? You understand what I'm saying to you? So she's supporting certain things. What I'm saying to you, what she's saying is true. You understand what I'm saying?
She's there, of course.
And she's seen a lot of things. You understand? It's not a thing where she's just talking about a waffle.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because enough people chat shit out here, but Sour is at least she stepped the line.
Exactly, and she's foundation.
And she's foundation as well. She's made that move.
So who was the main younger 28s?
We'll put it this way, yeah. Twister is like back then, yeah. You had like Aswad, Fudge, Edie. Them man was like the youngest. You understand? So what was the team there? Is like Archie took me in. You understand? So Archie said, you know what, be calm. Yeah, you wear, you have to come in. You understand? So when I come in now, but then a couple other man. You understand? So I was just like, you look a young puppy. So from we get true, but the man like Pozzo, don't know Flowers, Loves, Short Man, you understand? Ninja, Jabadoos, Ovi Cats, RV, Teach, you get what I'm saying? Couple RM, Addy, Yardy, you get what I'm saying? All of us, you understand? We just bonded and we just took it to a next level. I know Nolan as well, sorry Nolan, you get what I'm saying? And we just took it to a next level, you get what I'm saying? So people just talking this and that. Man's still cool with each other.
Of course, everyone's still cool, of course, everyone's still about doing things.
Man doing anything, man, you understand, man, ain't violating or saying I'll do anything wrong. Man's air blood, so there's a thing where I just love the whole of South, North, East, West, you understand? Any day it's the same thing, you understand? It's not like that change out here, but it's a thing where you know that we're still here, you understand? So, you know, but the younger 28, we just open up the door, blood. Of course. I just said to you, get the book. The book soon come out, blood. You understand? Watch it.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like myself, I wrote a book and it was pretty accurate. We had made some mistakes in that. How accurate was your book?
It's accurate enough, but again, for legal reasons, some things had to be changed. What I will say though is, there's a chapter called Betrayal. Now I tell a certain story, but just after that story, there's a mistake, and I just want people to see it, read it, and the end bit will class it as void. Done.
Okay, I hear that. So, so now you've done a book. What kind of message do you want to get out to young people that from this book when they read this book?
Okay, not even just young people, in general. The fact that I, from South London, just a normal person, can get into the media and make moves, write a book, that should inspire you. If I can do it, and I'm no one special, you can do it. For the youngsters living that street life, I understand. For the ones who are deep in it, may Allah look over you. For the ones who are not in it, I'm trying to grab hold of them, because you have to have heart to live that lifestyle. A lot of kids don't have that heart, and it's almost like they're living this kind of dream. And very quickly, they're the ones that will get killed. They're the ones that will get taken out the game really fast. And even when I watch the news and I see that these kids are killing each other, as a mum now, because I'm a parent now, it breaks my heart. It doesn't matter if 20 years ago I was quick to stab someone if I was angry. I had reasons for it. I witnessed a lot of violence in my home life, so it almost became me. But to see kids doing it now, not being a hypocrite or anything, so yeah, I did it, but there's no reason for it now. And for the man them or the girls them of our time who are looking at me like, oh, she shouldn't be doing that. What about if you send your kid to the shop to buy rice or something and they don't come back because some hothead has taken them out? How are you going to feel? This is what I'm trying to stop.
And also, say if it's a lot of, there's a lot of stigma on like young mothers, single mothers, growing up their children and that, and they just think that, well, when you're a young lady and you got kids and that, basically life's over. That's a very big stigma in our community, that you see these young black girls with babies and they just waste of space.
No, they're not waste of space. Don't get me wrong. You're a guy. You know how it goes. Yeah, there's some girls that have kids to trap the postcode celebrities, and yeah, they're not. You know, once they become a mum and they get into it, and they see that the dad's not around, they find it hard, and they struggle, and then they almost look past the kid and they don't raise it properly. Sort yourself out. But no, you can be a single parent and raise your kids very well. I'm a single mum. I've got a 16-year-old, and in contrast to what I was like when I was young, big difference. I'm so proud of her. She's starting to be a lawyer at the moment. She passed her GCSEs. She's calm. And I'm very proud of her. So if I can do it, anyone can do it.
Yes, definitely. So what's your plans now for the future?
Oh my God. I hope to keep writing. I'd like to do Sour Part 2 because I only go from like birth up to 18. I'm now 36. There's room for follow-up. And then I just want to jump into fiction and just write for the young teen market. Hopefully get into presenting. And Onyola knows what other opportunities will come because again, I didn't go looking for it. It came to me. So we'll see what he sends my way.
It's amazing. Well, I wish you all the best. Hope it goes well.
Nice to see you, Dad.
I'll fight for you and you'll fight for me. This is our struggle. We fight for one love and harmony. This is our struggle. I'll fight for you and you'll fight for me. This is our struggle. We fight for one love and harmony. This is our struggle. I'll fight for you and you'll